everyone, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Heaven, and this is MediaWise. We're a digital media literacy project teaching people of all ages how to fact check what you see on your social media feeds. And this is another episode of MediaWise Tries. We're trying out some different stuff to see kind of where we fit on YouTube, and today is no different. In the last video, I made a media literacy salad, and before that, I shared some tips with you, but I did it ASMR style. So if you haven't seen those videos already, go ahead and be sure to check them out. We'll leave some links down below in the description. Today, I'm gonna tap into my inner beauty guru and give myself a media literacy makeover. You're gonna watch me create this makeup look that I tried to recreate from this photo of our MediaWise Ambassador, Cydnee Black. But I'm also gonna share some tips while I do it. So let's get started. I already cleansed, moisturized, and primed my face off camera, so we're gonna go right into the first tip. And I wanna talk about reading upstream while I do my eyebrows. I like to think of this tip when I'm doing my brows because before I fill them in, I take my spoolie and I just brush them upwards, like in an upward motion. Reading upstream, see where I'm going there? Reading upstream is something you do to find primary sources in a news article. Usually reporters will hyperlink stuff in their articles to kind of give you more information about, maybe some more context about what's in the story, or to give you some more background information in case you had never heard about what they're talking about before. They also hyperlink to data sources or earlier stories, anything like that. Reading upstream is especially helpful when an article includes graphs, statistics, or other tricky topics that are just kind of hard to understand. In the case of statistics, maybe you want to go to the original study and read over, how they did the study and all the details about it and when it took place. When you go to the original source, you get a better understanding of the context of that information. All right. Time for eyes. So I'm looking at this makeup look again, and I can tell Cydnee went for a pretty neutral, blended eye look. Shouldn't be too hard, right? Right? Okay. Anyways, the next tip I want to talk about is called click restraint. Click restraint is all about not clicking on the first thing that you see. This goes for not clicking on the button to share something just because it reinforces your own beliefs or makes you mad, and also not clicking on the first search result you see when you do a keyword search. So think about this for a second. How many times have you actually gone to the second page of Google? Be honest, probably not a lot. Because of algorithms, feeds and search results are optimized to show us things that we're more likely to engage with. How did she do that? I don't know. We're gonna do some of this. This means the first thing that you see on your search results may not be the best resource for you to help you learn more information or to better understand what you're trying to get more info about. And it also means you shouldn't just share something online because you agree with it. Be neutral, kind of like this eye look, or like this eye look is supposed to be. And exercise some click restraint. Don't get emotionally triggered when you see something on your feed. Just take a beat and check it out. Because I'm looking at her makeup again, and she has some gold under the eye. We're gonna try. Now I'm gonna try to do my eyeliner. It's been a while since I've done this, so things might get a little crazy. Although it might get crazy, I like to think of like I'm drawing a blue check mark. You know what I mean? You get the angle going upwards, the eyeliner. We're gonna talk more about that blue check mark in just a sec. So I know you're not supposed to pull your eye to the side, but seeing as I haven't done this in a minute, we're gonna just let me get a pass here. The verified checkmark can be super helpful when you're trying to figure out who's who online. And when you're trying to answer the question of who's behind the information. We talked a little bit about that in one of the other videos, but in case you didn't watch it yet, who's behind the information is the first thing you want to ask yourself when you're fact-checking a claim on your feed. All the verified check means is that that person is who they say they are, or that organization's account is being run by an authorized representative of that organization. So if your favorite entertainer or singer or actor starts tweeting about something that's science related or even sports related and they're not in that industry, you should probably check it out because they may not be an expert on that particular topic. Foundation is a really important part of your makeup look because it's like the basis of your look. Like, it puts everything together. It's like you want to have flawless skin, you're going to just walk in the room and just look flawless. It can totally outshine, this wonky eyeliner or not so blended eyeshadow. So you want to make sure you get this part right. Okay, are we even the right color today? Earlier, I mentioned the question, who is behind the information? That is, of course, the first thing you want to ask yourself when you're fact-checking a claim. It's the first question in a series of questions developed by the Stanford History Education Group. Again, I talked about them already in my ASMR video, but here they are again, just in case you need to know what they are. Now I'm about to do my highlight, and it's truly my favorite part. And the whole point of highlighting is that you want to bring attention to the high points of your face. You know, really draw the eye to like your under eyes, your nose, your cupid's bow, that kind of thing. Although highlighting is great and probably the first thing you will notice when you see someone who has on a nice face of makeup, you can't just stop at the highlight. You gotta appreciate the entire masterpiece. The same goes for headlines and news stories. You can't just stop at the headline. You've got to read the whole story. The headlines that you see on social media can sometimes be clickbaity because the whole idea is to get you to click on the story and to go ahead to their website and read it. It's imperative that you click and read the actual story in its entirety before you go on and share it with your friends and followers. It's possible that the headline can take certain parts of the story out of context to evoke a certain reaction, or altogether just leave out really important details. The key takeaway from this headlines thing is that you don't want to just stop at a headline. Headlines are really helpful to get your attention on a topic or a story that you care about. Contour and blush aren't my jam, so I'm gonna do them really quick to come back and put on my lashes. Now that I've got my contour, blush, and I add a little highlight on my upper cheekbones and things like that, now that all that's done, we're gonna move on to lashes. Now, remember when everybody used to call these fake lashes? Seems like everyone's calling them false lashes now. The same goes for fake news. We don't really like to say fake news. It could mean literally made up news stories. It could mean misinformation to some people. It could mean disinformation, or it could just mean it comes from a source that they don't know, understand, or trust. Because it means all these different things to different people, we just like to stay away from it because misinformation and disinformation are pretty precise and they have finite definitions, whereas fake news is kind of, we don't really know what that means. There's no common understanding of what that term really means. All right, so for the final step, we've got to do this lip look. I'm looking at it again, and it's giving me berry, but it's also giving me kind of like a red look to it. So I'm gonna try to recreate that with this dark red lip liner, and then I've got some red lipstick and like a pink gloss to go over top. So we'll see how this comes out. Okay, so I got my lipstick on, I'm almost done. I'm about to add my gloss. And as I do this, I want you to remember that you don't want to gloss over getting to the facts. You want to make sure you spend your time thoroughly checking out the content that you see on your feed, using the tips that I told you in this video or in either of the two previous ones to make sure you know what you're sharing and you get the information that you need to make sure things are legit. Alright guys, so this is the final finished look. I'm gonna throw Cydnee's photo on the screen again so you can kind of compare. How did I do? I don't know, I'm not a beauty guru. I don't think I did too bad, but ultimately I hope you were able to learn something from the tips that I shared either in this video or in the ASMR or the cooking video. Please let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite. I can't wait to read them and hear what you guys have to say. Until the next time that I'm here on the channel, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for a fact check.